So Abraham operated under grace, and under grace, Abraham paid tithes. Even though God had blessed him, God had proclaimed blessings on him, God had committed himself to him, Abraham was not exempted from applying divine principles in order for him to prosper in the earth. If you refuse to operate divine principles, you have shortchanged yourself. It will not change. You will not get any results that you did not work out. Let me show you one scripture, then I'll give you a list of critical matters. Because it's about enlargement and increase. Okay? All right. Give me Psalm 29 verse 2 on the screen. Psalm 29 verse 2. It said, give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Can you underline due? Due. It means that there are things that are due to God. If you are going to operate in such a way that your life is an expression of the blessings and the grace of God, you increase. Anywhere they put you, you flourish. It means that what is at work in your life is not limited to location. It means you have gone beyond location. You have entered into the economy of principle. There are some things that are due God. First thing that is due God is your tithe. It is needful for me to say at this point that even though your tithe is 10%, there are 10% in your earning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is not every 10% that is your tithe. It is the first 10% that is your tithe. Okay. Somebody is asking me to. 10% is your tithe. So if you are earning $100, your tithe is what? $10. How many $10 are there in $100? There are $10. I'm saying that your tithe is the first $10. That means if you spend money out of that arrangement, maybe you spend the first $10 at Walmart, and then you now came to church and gave the second $10. That's not tithe. That's not tithe. You have violated the principle of that which is due to God. There is no way you can stay in America and you have a job and you are not paying taxes. IRS will come to your house in the night. You have obligations to the territory. It is only in church that the average believer thinks he doesn't have any obligation. And indeed, the pastor will not chase you to your house for you to fulfill your obligation. Because your obligation is to God. So he will not chase you. But by refusing to give God his due, I will show you the consequence. The second 10% is not tithe. It doesn't have that hallowed place, that sacred place. It doesn't have it. It means that there's something in your life that is of more value than God. So you don't know what it means to worship God with your finances. Because God doesn't have the place of preeminence in that arrangement that you have. You know, my duty is to tell you the truth. You may not like it, but at least I have fulfilled my part of the bargain. It is due God. And because this is a an apostolic church, I don't need to take you to the book of Malachi to show you God's complaint. No need to go there. And to show you how God felt dishonored. The reason why he felt dishonored was because of the way tithes and offerings were handled. So when we come to the issue of the things that are due God, we are touching on the principle of honor. And God insists that he be honored. So you cannot dishonor God and expect that God will facilitate your enlargement. No. Oh my God, you are not here. What is the spiritual significance of tithing? 1, tithing is a proof, it's an act of faith which reveals the fact that God is my source. A lot of people in this congregation tonight believe that their job is their source. And so when someone, maybe someone that is in a position to determine whether you keep your job or not, now comes into your space demanding you to do something that is contrary to your conviction, the way we'll know if your job doubles as your source is whether your conviction will triumph in that circumstance or not. And it happens to be that in most cases, the believers seem not to have the capacity, the ability to stand their ground, even if it will translate to disfavor. God is my source. That's the first meaning of tithing. That's when you pay your tithe, you are demonstrating it that God is your source. Then number 2, you're also demonstrating that God has first place in your finances. Has first place in your finances. And the reason for which we need to give God first place in our finances is because there are 2 things, according to the Bible, that have the capacity of commanding human worship. One is God, and the second one is Mammon. Mammon is a good fighter. Mammon wants to be enthroned in your life. And Mammon will fight to secure that position in the life of every human being upon the face of the earth. Your tithing is a statement that Mammon has not yet been able to succeed with your soul. Because you have given God first place. Number 3, your tithing is a demonstration of the fact that you have been delivered from greed, which is one of the very strong symptoms of the manifestation of the fall of man. Number 4, your tithing is a demonstration that you seek to be in alignment with God because you have given him his due. So the first thing that is due God is tithe. Don't expect to break spiritual principles and prosper. Prosperity is a sign of alignment. It's a sign of alignment. It's a sign of alignment. Second thing that is due God Meanwhile, I need to add quietly. Quietly. This one is quiet. It's still under the principle of tithing. According to the principle of tithing, we all owe God a minimum of 2 hours, 40 minutes every day of devotion, where the subject of those 2 hours, 40 minutes is God not your husband, not what is in the kitchen, not the yogurt, not the children. For 2 hours, 40 minutes every day is God's. It is easy for you to limit tithes to your earnings and not understand that even your time is a resource in your hands. You start becoming serious with God when you can spare 2 hours, 40 minutes every day for a devotion in His presence. I'm not talking about a congregational effort. I'm talking about a personal effort.